Hey guys, so I'm doing this video outside because here in Rio it's literally 101 degrees and it's like 5 o'clock. So I'm doing the Good AM Mac Miller album review. Finally get to review this. I reviewed Break the Law, 100 Grandkids, and Clubhouse all in previous videos. I'll link them here and here. And I know some of you didn't really appreciate those, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm going to review this album anyway, unfortunately. Oh well. Okay, so starts out with Doors. This one had kind of like a Space Migration feel, like back when he was doing that with Space Migration. It's kind of a little, dare I say, sleepy. Kind of the opening of the album, his Good AM album, kind of starts out with him being a little groggy and kind of just talking and kind of a nice, easy, slow intro to the album. Number 2 was Brand Name. This one comes in with really good rhymes. He starts out really hard, got a fantastic flow. It starts out with like that alarm clock beeping. So again, with the whole good morning theme, just really good, comes in strong, awesome track. Number 3, Rush Hour. This one had kind of a really cool beat, hard-hitting rhymes, like a nice flow to his delivery. His rhymes are on point. His delivery's on point throughout this whole album. Number 4, Two Matches featuring Ab-Soul. This one, I love this. Man, I've seen some shit. Love that. I'm reading this off my phone if you're not, already catching that. This one starts out with him bringing some bars to where he's on drugs and he's been some places and seen some stuff that he never thought he would, and now he's kind of coming up and just telling us about it, and again sticking with that whole this is his new awakening kind of good morning revival. Number 5 is 100 Grandkids. I won't get too much into this. I will put the links again up here or down in the description. And 100 Grandkids was an amazing track. Starts off, the beginning is how he promised his mom he would give her some grandkids, and then the second half is how, he first made 100 grand and all of that. And I think I'm getting bit by ants here. There are biting ants everywhere, all over this field. 6, Timeflies, Lil B. Lil B's kind of low-key spoken rhymes here, mixed really well with Mac. Mac's getting kind of introspective on this record for sure, but it seems like with every track, he's getting introspective, plus he's throwing a little bit of those kind of rap, like, look at me, I'm fly, doing my thing. Every track has that nice balance of he's being introspective, but he's also being kind of what rappers are these days and just kind of talking about the things they have and, their position in the music and blah, 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 blah. All right, number 8, Clubhouse. Again, did this video, but this was one of my favorite tracks on the album. Really good track. I loved it. I thought it had all of the good key elements. It had a really, really great beat, different from a lot of the other beats on this mixtape. I hear bugs. Different from a lot of the other, beats on this mixtape that were a little slower. This one was had a really, really solid beat. Really liked it. Fantastic rhymes. Definitely. Excuse my pastiness. Let me get my pastiness out of the video here. Number 9, In the Bag. This one had kind of a harder rap, an aggressive delivery, kind of in your face. This one's, about how he's got great stuff, he's owning cool stuff, he's, too crazy for you, too great, too awesome, he's too much, he's just out of control, and, that kind of is Mac. He wasn't really going too crazy with that, he wasn't exaggerating, he's a little out there, and we love him for it. 10, Break the Law. Really great track. I loved it. I think it was a fantastic second track to release. It had a really good flow, really good raps. This one kind of sticks in your head. Really good song. Number 11, Perfect Circle, Godspeed. This one really gives the feels. Really, really gives the feels. It's got that kind of piano intro to Perfect Circle. It's a little strange. Some of the lines are kind of out there, but it's definitely, again, introspective. This one is one of the more introspective tracks on this whole album. Godspeed was just about, him talking about how, drugs kind of pushed him to a bad place and everyone was worried about him and all of that. So that really brings the feels on that one. Don't listen to that second half of that song if you're not ready to delve into the feels. I'm telling you. This is a warning. 12, When in Rome. This one's kind of honestly got like more of a mainstream radio feel. It's just kind of got like some yelling and like aggressive, I don't know, like a trappy beat almost. Not like a total trap beat. There are bugs everywhere. I'm not freaked out by bugs, but I don't like them on me, if that makes sense. So this one has kind of a trappy beat, you know, keeps repeating when in Rome, but for some reason it doesn't get annoying. It's just kind of cool. It's a really, really good track. Like I said, a little more mainstream sounding. I think this one could go radio. 13th Ross or ROS, I don't know. This one is, he's singing to a woman. Now, I don't know if this is a woman or if the woman here is drugs, because that could kind of be taken either way. I don't know if... I kind of read into the lyrics. I didn't see anything that was distinctively one way or the other. But, you know, I guess maybe it leaves it up to interpretation for you. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just reading it that way and it is clearly one or the other. 14, Cut the Check, Chief Keef. I don't know if it's getting dark here, so I apologize if the video quality is kind of crap. But I hear a bee now. Damn tropical weather. Chief Keef always sounds good. He's got a good flow. Not always. Typically, Chief Keef has a good flow, but usually his rhymes are kind of garbage, and this was no exception. I also think that Chief Keef stuff didn't really jive with Mac's stuff on this, but I don't know. Mac still hit it. Mac's been hitting it every track on this album. Now, number 15, Ascension. This is, I think, if not my favorite, one of my favorites. And this one's kind of ascending, talking about, you know, the hell he was in, you know, how he's kind of coming up and rising above it and becoming this new person, which is, again, what he said this album is about. Just, you know, redoing it, coming back strong, waking up, good morning. This one kind of gives me the feels, definitely. The raps are good. They're not that fast, but the flow is on point. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the album. 16, Jump. I love this beat. Amazing sound. Definitely kind of, again, honest and introspective. Great raps, on point, definitely. Number 17, The Festival, with Yukimi Nagano of Little Dragon. And I thought that her voice sounded really good. It sounded really kind of eerie but sweet at the same time. I just didn't like the way she kept repeating, "Do you want to go to the festival?" It's just the way she was doing it was kind of annoying. I don't know. It wasn't that it was repeated so much. It was just the way it was done was kind of annoying. This one had kind of like a sweet, funky beat to it. Again, a really cool track, nice outro to the album, and then I don't know what that weird outro was of that guy telling him how awesome it was. I don't know. Who was that? What was that? I don't know. But again, it's Mac with his, he always puts like little recordings in the beginnings or ends of his songs, and this is no different. This album was amazing. Definitely a really introspective album. Still a little bit ethereal, kind of keeping it the way he did with watching movies, but did it in more of, ow, kind of keeping it in the way that he did with watching movies, but in less of a trying really hard to be outside of the box kind of way. He did it naturally in his way, and I think it worked for him. He had enough like ethereal elements. He had a lot of introspective verses, a lot of hard-hitting raps that are kind of in your face and look at me, I'm stunting kind of stuff, you know, and I think he had a really, really good balance on this album, and it was a really good album to see from him. I'm glad that he's, you know, coming back, hitting it strong. Again, I wasn't so happy with some of his last projects, but this really did me proud as a Mac Miller fan. Definitely did me proud. I am very happy with this album. I hope you guys check it out if you haven't already. The reason I didn't do this video earlier was because today is technically Friday, and the album came out today for purchase. It was, you know, out to stream a few days ago, and I kind of wanted to also let it soak in a little bit because Mac is one of my favorite artists, and I didn't want to just rush in and do this review just to get it done and out there. I wanted to really bring you guys something that was well thought out and well understood in these songs. So I'm really glad you guys watched this video. I really hope you check out the album if you haven't already, or if you have, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the album. Tell me what you thought about, you know, some of my feelings toward it. We could talk about it respectfully in the comments, and I will definitely bring you guys more on other artists and Mac, so let me know what you think, and I will see you guys soon. Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't get bit by ants because, ugh.